that's something that I've been recently asking people, actually, if there's a moment that you feel was a real, perhaps you wouldn't be the Sheldon Dingwall that's sitting here before me today in Osaka without this particular moment. And I don't mean negative or positive, I just mean you could be either, but what do you think were like defining moment for you?
I could probably think of dozens with enough time. One early one was my sister coming home from a concert. I was too young to go to concerts. She came home, and the excitement she had, she wasn't describing the music, or maybe she did, and I tuned that out. I couldn't visualize it. The part that I really connected with me was her talking about, you should have seen the guitar he was playing. She described the colors, she described the look, and it just stuck with me that it's really important that the guitar not only sound good, but it should also be visually interesting.
Yes.
To an audience member who doesn't know anything about guitars, and who may be, sitting 100 rows back. And so that always influenced my designs and color choices, even when it wasn't cool to, I starved for 20 years when it wasn't cool to do anything but a sunburst. Like a traditional sunburst, tobacco or three-tone. I remember Mike Tobias yelling at me one time because I had a bright green, like Kawasaki candy apple green bass in 2000.
Okay.
And literally there are people that stopped by my booth and said, you can't paint a guitar that color. I said, I just did.
Yeah.
No, but you can't do that. I said,
why?
I like it. I've always liked this color. Why can't I? You can't, and so 20 years of my career was facing that kind of attitude. And I don't really feel like I changed people's minds as much as the world changed, and we connected.
I mean, that's you being an innovator and people eventually adopting it, right? I mean, that's a part of that.
Could have just as easily been me being an innovator and the world, never connecting.
Yeah, it could have been.
You don't get to choose that. And so there's this balance that I've started to notice, and that is, you're creating art as a form of self-expression. But if you're trying to sell art, if it's just self-expression, chances are nobody is going to connect with it. And so you also need to be trying to influence what comes out of you to be something that connects. But if it's 100% just trying to connect with other people, then you're just going to be repeating what has already been there. So, and how does that look in a guitar? Well, if I was just going after trying to connect with my audience, just trying to connect with customers, then I'd be making traditional looking instruments.
Right.
Because that's what people are buying. And if I was just concerned with self-expression, then I'd be building guitars nobody wanted because it'd be so tweaky and so personalized to me that they wouldn't connect with anybody. So there's a middle ground where, and it takes a long time to figure it out. There's a middle ground to try and find something that feels authentic, is authentic, yet considers what other people want enough to connect with them.
Yeah, we all negotiate our place in the world. We negotiate who we are. We do something, all our friends laugh at you. You adjust a little bit because you didn't like the way it felt, right?
Yeah.
You do something else and everyone says, oh man, I love when you do that. You're like, oh, I'm going to do that a little more often, right? And we all negotiate, and it's the same thing with making your art or product, is you have to sort of find that space between fulfilling your need and someone else's.
Yeah.
And there's a number of very artistic guitar makers who refuse to do the same thing twice because they find no value in it, and that's fine. But man, it's a tough go. It's feast or famine because there's no momentum. There's no people can't, if 100 people like it, well, only one can buy it.
Right.
And 99 might not like the next one you make.
Yes.
Right? And so you're almost restarting every single time, which very few people can pull off. But they make some make the choice to do it. I mean, it's a very, very small handful of people who do, but if you want to make a business of it and figure out how to sustain your family, your goals and such, then you're going to have to meet more needs than just your own.
100%.
Yeah.
Or have a side hustle that provides a predictable income.
Yeah.
Because a life in the arts is a very unpredictable income. You never know. You never know when you're going to sell, unless it's a commission. But then you have no way to judge the cost because it's fresh and new. It's a new creation. There's nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening. You can find more episodes wherever you listen to your podcasts, and a special thanks to those who support us on Patreon. It's your support that enables us to do this work.